Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Justin with PopBricks. This weekend we're at BrickFair 2014 in Birmingham, Alabama. It's gonna be should be an awesome show. I'm gonna take some video and check out all the awesome mocks. All right, first up is a large-scale model of the spaceship in Battle of the Planets. It's a really nice one. Tons of bricks went into that. This is really cool. Second off is a futuristic space city done with the vintage space theme. This is really cool. I really like the old space logo right there and done in the translucent bricks. And they have lots of trains weaving in and out of everything, including that hard rock building, which is really creative. There's just a lot going on here. You can see that they have some kind of dome with aliens running around, and just a lot going on in this mock, and I really like it. Especially all the trains, they have a weaving in and out, up and down, so it's really creative. The next one is a Fantasia display. It's pretty cool with Mickey and the broom and everything. And this is one of my favorite, the old Qbert arcade machine. And you can see that they've got Qbert in there with the score on the level and everything. So it was really nice. And this was all done by the Greater Florida Lego Train Club. And beyond those displays, they did a really big city display with tons of trains and stuff. So it's really nice, and they put in a lot of effort. So it was a really good mock setup for this show, so I appreciate that. You can see all the detail in the trains and just the mass of their city. This is the backside, and we'll go around. But this is one of my favorite parts, is the rotor blades on their helicopter on the parking garage. It was really cool. But the buildings are all really creative, all different styles of architecture in each one, which is something that I always look for with Lego displays. I always try to learn something that I can use. Here's a look at the other side, and you can see there's just a lot going on in the downtown area, a lot of minifigs and vehicles. You can see the different styles and buildings, which I really like to see, the old city hall and stuff. And just a lot going on. It's really nice. There's an awesome ambulance on the traffic scene. I'm a firefighter as a profession, so I always like to look for that sort of stuff. This is really cool. It's the Storage Wars cast done in Lego, and they have the whole mini units and the Yep truck and everything. And just in every Lego city mock, there is a building on fire. These cities are not very safe, so, but I always enjoy looking at them. The Waffle House is really cool, and the Optimus Prime is really neat. The first time I came by, he was actually in truck mode, so I take it he transforms, which is awesome bit of engineering. And the Schoolhouse mock is just really awesome. I mean, you can see it's got a ton going on. Everything's animated. The building looks great. Everything. So they did a great job with this setup. But without a doubt, my favorite part, I think, is the train depot. It just looks so authentic. It's got the working stalls and everything. It just really lends to it. And we're going to move on and look at some different mocks. And I really like these planes, especially this first one with the yellow wings. It's really nice. And these are just some individual small creations. My wife really liked these, especially the swimmer. She's a assistant swim coach at the high school, so she really likes the small mocks, and I do too, because that's generally what we build. We try to be creative with the limited amount of bricks that we actually have, so we really like these. I actually like this one a lot. It shows a lot of creativity and has a lot of color and stuff that I go for in smaller mocks. And here we have a display of a bunch of military vehicles. This is really cool. All of them really well done. I have a lot of buddies here that like the military style Lego creations, so I got plenty of video for them. And there were a lot of military mocks, this one being one of the most impressive. You can see just the amount of detail that went into the street and the trees with the snow. I really like the trees personally, but everything about this mock is just extremely detailed and very well done. but just a really nice one. I always like to learn new ways to build trees to make them more detailed and different things. And here's a look at the artist info, and it won the most expiring, nominated for the most expiring. But I should say to anyone that had a mock out that I didn't get to record everything, but doesn't mean that your mock wasn't good. It was just really crowded. Anybody that was at BrickFair this year can tell you that it was extremely crowded and hard to get to. I really like this one. It's kind of a haunted house, haunted mausoleum type thing. I was nominated for the most tragically overlooked mock, the Haunted Mansion. But we'll go around the back and look at some of the interior detail, which I thought was really cool. Got the vampire caskets going on in the tomb area. Then inside the mansion, got the cellar, which is really cool with the throne and the armor and everything. Just a lot of detail. Looks really good. And here's a display with the vintage Lego castle stuff and some of the vintage space stuff, which is really cool for me because this is the stuff that I had when I was a child and I haven't seen in a long time. So to see it in person and see the colors, it was really nice. Got all the vintage cell sheets and everything out, so it was good to look at all the old sets and everything. Then we're moving on. We see more of the vintage city sets. This is the stuff that me and my brothers would have played with as kids, so it is nice to see. There's a lot going on, a lot of the vintage brick colors kind of done in different ways. Lots of awesome creations. And here's a little bit about the setup. They actually put new parts hidden, kind of like a Where's Waldo effect, going throughout all this vintage stuff. And you can kind of go through and kind of spot them out and find them. It was pretty fun. Here's a look at a very creative haunted scene. And I really like these buildings. I'm going to try to steal some of the architecture design they did and use it on some of my future ideas that I want to try to make. Just really well done buildings. And this was my wife's favorite building, which I can't disagree that it's not awesome. It's got a lot going on. Nominated for the most iconic, the Colony Hotel, so it was a really nice one. And I think this is the castle section. And I think I came a little late after the battle. All the guys are dead, but still a really nice castle. There's a nice village scene going on with the orcs. And this setup was pretty neat. It has the Viking ship going around, and all the little druids in the town are animated and doing different things. So a lot of work went into the setup. It's really nice. And here we got the guy chasing his goat. I thought was pretty funny. And this is a layered building. Kind of the layers taken apart to show the different qualities of each one. The cellar full of food, and so that was really neat. The chapel. And it is a big cannon looking thing. And I'm sure anyone on the message boards has seen this one before. It's pretty cool. Crazy looking clown. Anyway, this is an awesome setup. I got some video later on in the video, I believe, of it actually running, but it moves Lego basketballs and soccer balls that you can see through the whole system, which is really awesome for people that like the engineering aspect of using Lego. So we can kind of see how it works. It starts out on the ramp, It just kind of goes around. And the biggest mock of the show was this carrier ship attacking the beach, and you can see all the U-boats and everything. But this thing was massive. You can see all the trucks ready to be deployed and jeeps, and the troops coming in on the carrier boats. And the water was done really nicely with the translucent studs. And here's a look at the front of the ship. And then you can see them deploying on the beach and fighting. And the beach is cool. It has a lot of trenches and foxholes and stuff already dug in with troops fighting, so a lot going on in this scene. And then they fight through the jungle. You can see the planes with the propellers turning. And the troops are making their way through the jungles. Just extremely detailed, very well done. And then on into the city. You can see the explosions. I really like how they did that with the tan bushes. It's really well done. And then into the city. But really awesome mock. And I like this one. This is I missed out. For some reason I didn't buy any of the Lego Dino sets, and I'm kicking myself now that I see this, how big they actually were. Here's a look at just some others. We got some awesome pixelated characters from Nintendo. Stuff like that. These are really cool. And here's a really big Star Wars scene. Tons of minifigs, tons of things going on. Got a crashed ship there. Kind of see it was Battle of Naboo, done by C.J. Wilson. Great job, man. It's really nice. And we have another city display. I really like some of the buildings are a little bit smaller scale on this side, and a little bit more of the Lego creator style to them, but I really like them. And there's another house fire, building collapse, which you're going to see in all the cities. And I really like that bank that's behind it. Really nice coloring. Get a look at the building collapse, house fire. There's a skeleton inside. I don't know if he was dead previous, if they're covering it up or something. But the architecture in the buildings are really cool, kind of row buildings. And we have the nuclear power plant on this side, and tons of trains, and the octane fuel tank. And here's kind of an interesting train setup. The tram that goes up a few levels. And we'll get to the other side of the city. They have just a ton of trains. There's the Verizon train. It was really nice to see. And just another city scene. Lots of cool stuff going on. I know my camera work is terrible, so it's hard to focus on anything and see it, but you can kind of get an idea at least. But the buildings are all really nice, and really like the train setups always. But I think I saw that sign said the Tennessee Lego Club, so they did a really great job. And a huge setup. And this is a mock that I really liked. You can see the nameplate there, the Great Train Wreck. And it's done with the Constitution train from the Lone Ranger set. And it's just a really creative mock. Lots of things going on. Train wreck and a fight, battle, and all kinds of different things. Anyway, really cool looking mock. And here's a look at the dealer section, where you can see all the different vendors. And here's the Brickmania guys with all their military style custom Lego sets that they make. And so they sold out a lot. There was a lot of people buying. I was surprised at how packed the dealer area was. I had to come back later in the day just to get this footage, but there's a ton of options. And here's another dealer. You can see I was interested in some of the vintage sets they had. They had some old castle sets and just tons of minifigs from anything you could want. So BrickFair was definitely a place to come. There's the Brick Show guys killing it. They're super popular. I mean, they had people at their table all day. And the Combat Brick guys, I really like these guys. They do custom weapons mostly, and they're reasonably priced. I'm a Lego purist, so generally if Lego doesn't make it, I don't really use it in my mocks, but I can't deny how awesome they were, and great detail and nice quality. So anybody that's trying to build an army, definitely look into those sort of things. And the minifigs at this BrickFair were just unbelievable. I mean, you can get anything from any year, any set you want, just about. I saw stuff from the 80s, 90s, everything new I was looking for. I picked up a few little items, but man, just the immensity of it all, couldn't hardly make a decision. But anyway, hope you liked the look at BrickFair 2014 in Birmingham, Alabama. I had a blast going through everything, taking videos, seeing all the mocks, talking to everybody. It was a great time. If you've never been, I recommend going. If you've already been, you know how awesome it is. Anyway, hope to see you guys there next year. I know I'll be going back. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have a ton more Lego mocks and just stuff coming up. See ya.